Okay, so how's everybody doing today? So today I wanted to talk about this car. This is my September Car of the Month entry, and it is the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and I've given it some serious upgrades in wheels and flight characteristics. Because the September Car of the Month competition was about vehicles that can master all sorts of terrain. So, land, sea, air. So, I had a Micro Machines TIE Interceptor, and I cut the little TIE Fighter, little TIE eyeball out, and put the TIE Interceptor wings into the little spaces here. And the rocket boosters came off of a El Cheapo 18-wheeler smokestacks. And the front end here, these pieces here, I was trying to go for in Return of the Jedi, the land speeders. I mean, not the land speeders, the speeder bikes. I'm trying to get this so you can see. I'm still trying to get better camera angles here with the vise and everything. But so you got some Final Faction fans here that I glued into this. And what we did here, and see if I can get the lighting to work with me. This here is the front piece of what was originally the chassis of this vehicle. So the Darth Vader TIE, the entire rear chassis was taken off, and so then I took this piece here, which was here, and then I flipped it around and cut the center off for this Warhammer 40K wheel, and so yeah, it's got like this. I wanted to have like a speeder bike front, because again I was trying to do more of a Star Wars homage with this, and so the wheels came off of a John Deere tractor though. The back wheels here. The front wheels off of a 40K bike, and like I said, this is Final Faction, and these coolant pipes are basically bendy straws. And let's see if I can, because I don't think this is getting, I always end up putting my hand over top of the microphone, so then I always end up messing up the sound system. But I can get it better under the light here, and you can get a better look at the how it looks. And so the entries for the September one is already over, but I don't know if I'll win. There's a lot of good entries. Just insanely amazing people. And but you can see here the boosters here. They've got the TIE Fighter glow, and I did the same for what is essentially the repulsor engines. So yeah, it is undoubtedly able to handle itself on the ground, and it's got the fans and the repulsor, so it can go. And it's a TIE Fighter, so it's perfectly capable in space, because this is Darth Vader's ride. It's the best space vehicle you can get your hands on. So it's got ground, air, and space. As far as terrain, it's pretty well mastered. And the fans here, I originally was going to have this where it could swing down and become basically water screws, but the paper really, this here's paper craft. I don't have true plastic cards, so I just use really thick card paper. And basically, this stuff in abundance. It's cheap, it's easy, and it, but it worked out well. So yeah, I'm technically running it as having the arc lightning projector, performance car, rocket thrusters, basically a Michigan build, and so yeah, it's one I'm really happy with. It's got a very aggressive look to it, and it does look like something that a post-apocalyptic Star Wars fan would build to try and win Gaslands with. So I imagine they're probably dressed like Darth Vader too, and probably has like one of those glow stick lightsabers. So of course, with Vader, you gotta have this one. This is a work in progress. This is the one I'm calling the 501st because it is essentially a Stormtrooper shaped heavy truck. And it'll have twin combat lasers and missiles. I think this is actually called the Death Trooper. But I'm going to paint this white so it's more of a traditional Stormtrooper. And it still rolls. I love rolling vehicles. It's one of those things that's like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but for the most part, it's something I like. And then I finally got around to finishing this. This is my Rutherford Tank. It's got a saloon door hatch at the top. Got a 40K flag. I got spare jerry cans, and then I made little spacers so they wouldn't fall out. A little flaming skull wheel image, and you can see the 40K flag. And then I got this 3D printed figure here. When I printed her out, she did not print out well at all. So you can see, there we go. You can see I had to do some extensive green stuff, work on her face because, and it's not gonna want to focus here. I was trying to get it to focus better, but so now she's got like a cowboy desperado mask on, and I redid the hair. Basically, to kind of save the cast I did. I wasn't very happy with it, and cannibalized the hand off of another figure, so she looks like she's blowing somebody. Well, the figure was blowing a kiss before, but it still looks like that now, and that's kind of the idea of this vehicle. Was the I'm either going to call it the goodnight kiss or the kiss of death. So that's my Rutherford Tank. And tomorrow it'll be primed. So hopefully it'll be primed. Actually, everything you see here is going to be primed. And got these little buzzards. These are kind of multi-purpose. They can be micro machine Gaslands, or they can be, what I'm normally going to use them for is Beverly bikes with armor, because they're basically damage sponges. And so they'll use purifying flame to heal whatever Beverly vehicle they're rolling with. And I had these cheap dollar store wheels and stuff that I replaced the wheels off of these. These came in a little chocolate box. It's a little pillbox looking thing, and there's chocolate in it. It's like, I think it's called Finders Keepers. But the wheels on these things are terrible, so I replaced them. And so we got that. And then we've got the bikers. These came from Angel of Combustion Studios, but I've got them kind of finished up to where they're ready for paint. These three are Idris, and this guy here, he's pirates. They're pirates with body armor and a machine gun. And this guy's got a big sword. But cheap Scarlet Bikes are pretty well useful because with fender kits, they can kind of run into things like buggies and other bikes, and they can still do a ram into somebody, and then with boarding party, they can do some damage. So that's why I do sometimes put bikes in my Scarlet builds. And plus, it's a good balance to the normal Scarlet buses and heavy trucks and such like that. But man, these guys here, I wanted them to look like they're a bit crazier. So you got a guy with a top knot and then submachine gun. These guys, like I said, they're Idris. So you got, gasoline cans tied to the back of the bike for napalm droppers. And these guys got trash cans tied to the back of their bikes that can be used for mines or whatever I need to use them for. And I use these high elf feathered things just to give their helmets a little more a look to them. And that guy's got a sword at his hip, and this guy's got a handgun and pouch. So I can tell them apart when I'm playing the game, if I get the chance to play the game. It's been a while. And then I got a couple more ghost cars. Today is going to be a Beverly heavy episode. Because, hey, it's October. And today I got these cars here. These are my ghost cars. So they don't have weapons except for droppers. This one's got mines. And this one's got, again, the trash can thing, which is actually these miniature Coca-Cola cans that I got from, now it's Michael's. The craft store Michael's. They're little dollhouse Coke cans. That's what I use for a lot of my dropper weapons. So, got a Dark Angel's little dagger and keys on the back here, just to make it look a little more cultish. Both of these have technically droppers and armor. And this one rolls really well. I didn't make a car for Gaslands TV's race, but I think next year, if I haven't found another one, this one rolls so well. The wheels that were on it were trash, and so I had to put some new wheels on, and I like the style of wheels. So these two are ghost cars, and so then I've also got this one here, and I put a photo of this on the Facebook page, but so you'll have to just bear with me because I don't want to take the stuff off. Like I said, I've got this primed and ready to go. But this is the Milkman. This is another one of my Beverly builds. This is a miniature Hershey's chocolate bottle, and this is a milk truck. One of those cheapo milk trucks. So this is again gonna be another ghost vehicle normally, but I might run this as an actual vehicle for a joke. Yeah. You got this ghostly evil Milkman, or maybe he's not evil. Maybe he just wants to give you chocolate milk, and I'm running it as napalm, improvised sledge thrower napalm. So it's fiery death chocolate. And I mean, it fits for Halloween because, you get, sweets and stuff. I'm pretty sure most people don't want napalm chocolate, but that's what they're going to get from that vehicle. And then I got another Beverly main vehicle. This one is basically a turreted 125 on a heavy truck. It's pretty simple. Actually, I think I run this as a regular truck. But I just glued a tank. And you see here, the hollow parts I fixed up with more paper. And this isn't glued yet, so you can see we've got, the lady to guide her minions. And so I like this panel truck. It's pretty cool. But normally you don't think of Beverly as the one wielding a big cannon like that, but with purifying flames, you're able to take the damage off of the truck. And with ecstatic visions, you can take the hazards off the truck and put it on another vehicle. So you mitigate the negatives for firing a cannon like that. So it's a pretty good vehicle overall. And now these, I'm not putting these back together until I get them primed. So you'll just have to bear with me. But if you've seen the Jurassic Park balls, I've been wanting to turn them into, these are little Skaven Dune Balls. So these were a pain to crack open. So I'm hoping this turns out well. I'm gonna have to paint the insides here. But if you know anything about Warhammer, the Skaven, and they got the Doom wheels, and the last year's August Car of the Month competition was a single wheel vehicle, and my vehicle in that one was a monster truck with one big wheel, and it was called the Radillac Doom wheel. So these are basically the escorts. So these will be run as bikes with sidecars, and I'll count the rolling mechanism as a roll cage, and this one have a rattling gun. That one has a poison wind mortar. You know, if you know, like I said, you know Warhammer, you know where I'm going with these guys. They're Skaven that I picked up off of Thingiverse, and I scaled them down to a 1/64 scale. So they're actually much, much smaller than a regular dude. Like if you put these, like they come up to the waist if they were standing up. So you got those, and then you got what I'm working on now for the October Car of the Month is this, and the theme here is zombies. So this is a zombie survivor's ambulance. And you can see here it's making a mess as it chops through a bunch of zombies. A lot of this will have to be conveyed through color once I get it painted. But you got a guy up here kind of directing the vehicle. Got armor plates, the saws. If you notice here, I used hot glue, and I kind of gooped it, and then I would take the glue gun and I would try and do like short jerks to kind of make it look like gore hitting and then splattering back, because I wanted to give the truck some sense of momentum. So you can see here, like the zombie being hit here is being splattered this way. So she's coming up. You can see her arms coming off, and underneath you can see where the gore and everything's getting all stuck in there. And what I'll be doing is everything that is hot glue will be, gore red and stuff. This is actually going to be one of probably the goriest vehicles I've ever made. And the sticky stuff, the sticky tack here, is to protect the words paramedic and ambulance and stuff, because I want to keep that when I prime it and work that back. So you can see here, I like the effect. I've seen people make drool for Tyranids and other big, monsters with hot glue, and I think the technique is similar to what I was doing. But you got the barbed wire, you got a foot here caught in the barbed wire. Well, it took a little glob of hot glue, so you got a brain kind of stuck to the post there. You got a zombie being dragged behind here, and so this is definitely going to be one of it's different than what I normally make. And the barbed wire is floral wire like this, and you basically use a Dremel and you loop it through a piece of metal, and then you use the Dremel. It'll actually wind it up, and it'll look like this. if I had an easier time of doing this with the camera and everything, I would show you how to do it. But it's not hard. If you were doing this for Warhammer, there's another step where you actually make the little barbs, but at this scale, there's no reason to put little barbs in the bar in the wire. You kind of get the idea. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. As you can see, like I said, I'm back to painting whole batches of things and doing a lot of things at the same time because it's what I'm comfortable doing. And but that's it. And you know, the next video should be when I get these done. And so, like, share, subscribe, and you know, always feel free to comment. So, take care and be safe. And also remember that I have an Etsy store, King of Cats Crafts, where you can get completed cars and trucks and other vehicles for Gaslands for your game. So I build them and paint them and I sell them on my store for everyone to enjoy. So yeah, be sure to check out King of Cats Crafts and on Etsy. And have a good one. Bye.